Good to see you. This is a video of my bucket sink. It starts out in the beginning where I just have a bucket with a strainer as a sink, and to dump the bucket of water, I just dump it out. And I just put my jug of water with my water pump right next to it on the floor. So the sink is on the floor, the jug of water is on the floor, and then when I'm not using it, I would just hang it on the wall. That's my sink. Not very good. So during construction, what I decided to do was build a bucket sink. Something more permanent that would go on the wall, but still temporary, but something a little better and a little easier to dump out and give me a larger gray water tank. So this is the video of me drilling the hole and getting the parts, putting it all together and testing it out. And at the very end, it shows it all complete. I had a little bit of problem. I was trying to slide the white pipe inside of the black pipe and then just glue it, and that didn't work. What I ended up doing is just finding the threaded pieces and threading it all together with plumber's tape and doing it that way. It worked out a lot better. Anyway, this is the video. Enjoy. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Plug this in over here. Okay, there. That's us for a little bit. This should brighten up in a few minutes. Let's get Cubby Dog some food. It won't be warm water, but you'll have water in it at least, huh? Turn on the water system here. Pretty sophisticated water system. It's just battery, but it works. Okay, there's Cubby's food. Hold on, just a minute. You sit, please. Will you sit? Thank you, good dog. Give you some water. Food with water in it and water with water in it. That'll work good for you, huh? Okay. First thing we're doing is drilling a hole right in the van. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a drain hole to drain out the gray water. The gray tank will be over here under the bed. There'll be a sump over here on this side near the shower. So when the shower drains out, it'll drain into a sump. That sump will pump it up into a tank up above underneath the bed. And then when I want to, I'll be able to hit a switch that will be near over here. It'll probably be right up here, right in this area, that I can reach it from the cab, from driving, and I can reach it from walking around in the back here. So it'll be an actuator switch right there that'll open up a valve near this hole. But first I got to get the hole in. I've measured 2 or 3 times and I think it's right here. Looks like to be right there. That'll get us right up against the edge of the body down there, so when I run the pipe down I can strap it to the body once it gets underneath the truck. Underneath the building. I keep calling it a building. Underneath the building. So, I'm going to set you down, and I'm just going to let it run while I drill the hole, and you can watch me cuss if it doesn't work out right. Yeah, you can watch me yell and scream if it don't work out right. But I have a feeling it'll be fine. I did it 2 or 3 times now, and I'm going to do a quick pilot hole just to double check and see. I'm pretty sure we're right here. I'm just not sure how thick it is. Boy, it's real thin. It's real thin. Let's go underneath and see what it looks like. See where it comes out at. I'm curious to see. But I think that's it right there, though. I'll set you right here on Cubby just for a second until I get the board down here. But I'm thinking that's it right there. Close this up, don't want Cubby running out. I'll take you under here with me. And it looks to be right there. That way I can put the hole right here, the pipe will come down like this, and I can strap it to the wall right here. And it'll hang down, and that way I can dump my water, my gray water. Should be pretty easy. Should be pretty easy. That's right where I wanted it. That's where I thought it was. That turned out pretty good. Now, let's see about drilling us a hole. We're gonna have an 1.5 inch drain. So this should accommodate an 1.5 inch pipe. It's gonna be noisy. The thing's gonna want to spin on me, right? As I do it, it's gonna want to spin. It's gonna want to go this way, boom. It's gonna want to go boom, just like that. So what you do is you put your foot next to it. Not your foot, you want your ankle next to it. So it spins up, it bangs up against your ankle. That way it bangs up against your ankle, not up against, you put it up against the wall here, but then your hand gets stuck up against the wall. So I usually put my foot up against it like this, and I do it this way. Put this over here so you can see it a little better. There we are. Might be a little warm, but look at that. Just like that. But see how I can drill that with one hand. You put the drill right up against your leg like that, and it'll bounce up against your leg, but it doesn't hurt nothing. It's fine. If you do it the other way, it'll either twist your wrist or you'll bang your freaking arm up against it. You'll bang your hand up against the wall. Either one's not very fun. But if you just stand right next to the thing and you put your drill right next to your leg like that, it's already up against your leg, and you can move your leg a little bit. You can move your leg around. It's fine. It's not going to hurt nothing. You don't want to have it over here because it'll bang up against your leg. You want to have it already touching your leg. But that's how to do it. You can drill it with one hand. Anyway, now it's a matter of going to Home Depot and getting the parts to shove a pipe through there and then sealing it up, strapping it down, and then we're going to run it up to we're going to put the actuator on there and get it ready to go. Possibly. Might just do a bucket right now, but it's going to go up to a bucket sink right now because I have water like this. And right now I'm using a bucket. I'm using a bucket like this for my sink. Just like this. There's my sink. Got my strainer. That's my sink. That's how I wash my dishes and stuff like that. Wash my hands and do everything like that. But what I'll do is I'll put that bucket up over there, and I'll put a hole in the bottom of a bucket. Maybe it'll be that bucket. I don't know. But I'll put in the bottom of a bucket and use that for my sink, and it'll drain straight down. But I need a valve on it. I need to put a valve on it so I can dump it when I need to. Because gray water you can just dump. You can dump in a drain. Doesn't really matter. It's just like it's raining outside, especially if it's just washing water. If I'm just washing stuff, it doesn't really matter. Washing hands and washing dishes and stuff like that. But it'll make it easier to dump. I have to have a dump anyway. I have to have a hole anyway, so that's where I'm doing it. Should work out good. Okay, I have one more tip. Not supposed to have metal shavings. Metal shavings are bad. They'll cause rust. Correct. So, what you're supposed to do is get all the metal shavings up. My vacuum cleaner is not working. I don't have enough power in it right now. I'll have some power here pretty soon. But what you can also use is a magnet. There's a magnet on this, and you can use a magnet to get it up. Problem is once you get all the metal shavings on here, how do you get them off? That's one magnet. I've got another one that I can use that's a stronger magnet that is on my level. So I think I have a level in here. Let me find it just a minute. There we go. My level has a magnet also. It's a lot stronger magnet. It's a lot harder to get off. Whereas this just comes off real easy. A lot stronger magnet. So, instead of putting them on there, what you do like this action here, and you put it in a Ziploc bag. So now, what you do is you pick them up, pick up your metal shavings with your magnet, get all the shavings you can, and then you get them on there, and then you take them up to your garbage, and then you throw them in the garbage. All you have to do is take the plastic away from there, and it'll come right off. Plastic will come away from there, and it'll come right off. Just like that. It's hard to show you here. Let's do this. Let's do it right here like this. So, come off just like that. Pick these up. Metal shavings. Then you just pull it off. And it falls right off, see? Easy. That's how to do it, though. You put this right here, I guess. But that's how you do metal shavings. That gets all of them. 90% of them anyway. And then once my vacuum gets going, I'll use my magnet in my vacuum to get the rest of them. But that's how you do metal shavings. And I put it at a little bit of an angle. I don't do it flat down, I do it a little bit to the side. Get them out of the rug and everything. Put it up here, and then all you do is you just pull it away, pull the plastic away from the magnet, and they just fall right in the garbage. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get a piece of pipe through the floor, with a shut-off valve underneath of it. So I'm gonna have to strap it to something. So we'll put this board behind it, strap this to here. Then on top of that, we will have a bucket with a drain in the bottom, like this, a regular sink drain, in the bottom of this, with a pipe coming out the bottom, like that. This pipe goes right inside of this. It fits right inside there, so it's just temporary anyway. It's just going to slide in there. This is going to be attached. This will slide inside of it with the bucket on top. That'll be my sump, my gray water tank, basically, for now. Then I will take a second one of these, another one of these, and put it in this. This will be my sink. So this will go in here with another one of these. So this and this will sit on top of this. It'll sit right on top of this with this poked inside of it. I'll probably cut it off a little shorter. So then you'll have sink with gray tank underneath, with a shut-off valve underneath to dump it. Should be able to do it. Should be pretty easy. I want it sticking down about 10 inches. So let's do 10 inches there. Okay, this is going to be my spot. There's a little primer. Open this up. Spill it all over, of course. There's that. Loosen that one up. Loosen that one up. Probably put some gloves on too. Or else I'm going to get it all over my fingers. I'm going to get it all over my fingers, and I won't like that. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, so that's going down underneath. I want to be sure and be able to strap it down there. You know what? I think I'm not even gonna worry about doing that too much. Strapping it, because I think this pipe's gonna be 1.5 inches later on. The one going down is gonna be 1.5 inches, I think, because that hole's too big. This 1.25 inches I don't like. Or 1.5 inches I don't like. But that's neither here nor there right now. So let's get a measurement on this. That's looking like 3/4, maybe call it 1 inch. That is 1 inch, so that's 2 inches. Let's go 2 inches on that, so we can get it as close as we can down there to the bottom. Let's go 2.5. Just so we have a little bit of play. Okay, 2.5 is here. We're doing this one first. Do a little prime on that. up here. That goes in there. Oh, my coupler. Prime the coupler. Prime that part. This is hard because I'm living in this right now, and so I'm trying to just make it to where I can live in it a little bit while I build it. That's why I keep saying it's temporary. Don't worry about it, it's temporary. Okay, now, this is fairly short, but I have to have a little bit for this to slide inside of it. I have to have a little bit for this to slide inside of it. So I'm thinking I probably want, I don't know, 4 inches or so. 6 inches to slide inside of it. The higher I do it, the higher it'll go. I don't want the tank up too high. Or I don't want the bucket up too high. Let's make sure it's at least 3 inches. Let's do 4 inches on this. So that way I can slide it down 3 inches. So let's do 4 inches on this ABS. That should be enough. That'll give me 3 inches to slide that thing down inside, and it'll be in there pretty good. Okay, done with that piece. Okay, we're priming this. We're priming this. And I think that's about all the glue we need. I don't think we need any more of this. I think we're done with that. That's all the glue and stuff we need. Okay, there's that. Make sure we get all that off because I don't like what it looks like. Okay, seems to have got a bunch of it all over anyway. Okay, there's that. Now this will slide right in here, and that'll go there. So now that gives us enough to strap this onto here. We can strap that on. Glue and primer can go up there. This can get over and out of the way now because it's cardboard and it's got glue on it. Okay, now the fun part is drilling this and getting this piece of wood on there. Let's set that aside right there for a minute. I do have 2 holes right here that I'm going to use, existing holes. I'm not going to use my riv gun on this at all. Not yet. It's just temporary, like I said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these, mark the height of these, and just drill a hole. I'll put a bolt all the way through it and just nut and bolt it. And we'll just unnut and bolt it later when we do it permanently. Okay, so one there and one there. It's right at the very edge, so I wonder if that's going to work right over there. Yeah, that'll work way over there. It'll be a little bit off center, but not bad. Use the vacuum afterwards and vacuum all this up. Not long enough, is it? Yeah, I'm going to want to get a bigger bolt. We're going to have to go get a bigger bolt. because I don't got one. Anyway, I went and got a piece of 2-inch and a 2.5-inch reducer, so we'll just do it that way. It'll raise it up a little bit, but that's what we're doing. So there. Do another primer ring around that. And we'll do a primer ring around this too. That gets it right up against there. We'll do a primer on this also. I had to go in there and get I had to get a longer bolt. So I had to go in there anyway, so it didn't matter. That's why I'm doing this in the parking lot. That. Wipe off our excess. I'm going to use just the top one. The top one will drill a new hole. It's because the coupler and the reducer and the shutoff valve here is the reducer and the shutoff valve is kind of in the way. So I'm going to raise it up here where the pipe is smaller and just put it up there like that, which means I'll use just the top hole. So I'm going to use this to give me a measurement for the top hole, like that. And I'm going to do a quick measurement. Let's get this glue out of here before I spill it, before I make a big mess here. There. There. There's that. Okay. Now we can mark this. It's nice that this bucket is right here. I mean, this is great that this is here. Let's see. See if I can get a good measurement on it. I doubt if I can. I might be able to. Come this way with it like that. Jesus, this bucket's bugging me. This bucket's not staying here. I wanted it there for height, so I knew what height everything was going to be at and just kind of get an idea, but it's going to be in the way for this part anyway. At least for this part, it'll be in the way. Okay, so there's our mark. Pads are good mark. We'll drill us a new big hole like we did before. Give us some extra play in it. Back. Over here, let's move this out of the way since we don't need it right there. We're just nutting and bolting it now for just to get it in there. It's just temporary. With the small washer on the back. And a nut right there. Okay, there's that. There we are. That gives us something to strap to. Now we can put this on here. And that'll be down there a ways. Down like that. And then we can put the shutoff valve. And that way this can slide right inside of this. This should slide right inside. And it does. Doesn't go down very far. I need something to attach that to that. I thought that's what would go right on there. Let's see. Am I seeing this wrong? Let me make sure this is wrong before I do this. So we're going to return everything at the same time though. I'm not going to return that yet. Now we got the two 90s. We'll just prime them all. There we go. Those can sit and dry for a few minutes. Now, our glue. Glue can go on here. There, that's our 90. We'll strap that while it dries. Get my drill, and my strap, and my two screws. Screw number 1, screw number 2. There's the 1. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Tell me it's time to do the floor. 2 more gaskets. So that way, if it needs to, I can put a gasket on the top and a gasket on the bottom. There we go. Here, let's try to put this on there. I had to buy the ring to get the gasket, which is fine, I don't mind doing that. But I had to buy the ring to get this gasket, to put this other gasket on there. So now we got 2 gaskets, 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. And that should really hold it on there pretty good. I don't want to put this paper on there, I think that'll help with the... That should give us a good seal. Even though it is just a bucket, or a tub, but I think it should give us a good seal. Because it'll be double gasketed, 1 on top, 1 on the bottom. That should be plenty. There is a gasket on this, yeah, rubber gasket on there. That one there. Paper. Ring. I think that'll get us on there. Come on now. Okay. There's that. That should seal that right on there. 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 Now we got a drain in the bottom of our bucket. And this here, that. Probably gonna have to cut this one. I'm assuming, because the 90 is here. It's only gonna want to go on so far. I mean, it'll go on like that, but I don't want it sticking up that far. 3 inches it is. There's that. Okay, I put our ring on here, put a ring on there. So if that's 3 inches, I should make the other one like 4 inches. That'll be plenty enough to slide that in there. Come on now. That in there. There. Just like that. That tightens that on. Make that nice and tight. Make that nice and tight. Well, let's make this 4 inches. Because that'll be the top. That way I don't have that break on there. Okay. Okay, that one goes straight up. So now we just got to figure out how far we want this one here, like this. Let's make sure that goes straight up and that fits in there, right? It does. It'll fit right on there, just like that. Okay. That'll work just fine. Okay, so now we got to figure out how far this is. So let's put this on here. And you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on here. Will that fit on there? Is that 2x4? It will not. Of course it won't. That would be too easy if I do that. I bet it will. Come on now. I bet it will. I bet it will. I bet if I do that, it'll sit right on there like that. It will. That will. Look at that. Look at that. This sits right on there. So I can slide the hook for that thing right on there and then rest it right on the plumbing. So it'll go right around the 2x4. So now all I got to do is figure out how much I want this up into there. Like that. I guess it would just be like that, huh? It'll just sit right on there like that. Slide that right on and put that right in there and there. So there's no 90 or no gap. It's just a straight 90 to 90. Okay, good to know. So how do we do that? That is 3/4 and 3/4 is 1.25 inches, right? 1.5 inches. That, and that slides right in there, nice and deep, way down in there. Okay, there we are. Okay, so let's turn you up this way so you can see what's going on now. So now everything's up here, not on the floor. Okay, so now we can take this and slide this around here. This will slide right into here, like that. There's our sink. That's our gray water tank, basically. Then we take this bucket, or our tub, which is our sink, and set it right on top here. Now we have a sink. Now the problem is I got to get this higher than that. So I might have to put it on another bucket. I'm guessing another bucket would probably do it real easy. But that's as low as I can get it, so I mean, I couldn't have did it any lower. So I think that's gonna go right there. And this is gonna go right here. And there's our sink. Got a big tower of buckets, but I think that's gonna do us. Just like that. Do a quick test and see what it does. See if we got any water leaking down here. And we can put a plug in this. Take my glove off. We can put a plug in this, and I can wash dishes in here if I want to. Because it acts just like a sink now. It's nice and tall. I can do what I need to. Mostly what I want to see is if this will drink down here. It does. It is leaking. Of course it's leaking. Of course it's leaking. Where's it leaking from? I wonder if it's... Oh, I know what it's doing. I know exactly what it's doing. Yeah, This needs to be glued onto here. Because it's filling this thing up and it's dripping right out of here. That's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. It's not leaking there. I know exactly what it's doing. It's because it's sitting on top of there and it's just dripping in. Okay. Easy. Easy fix. That means I gotta glue the shit out of this somehow. Yep, that's what I gotta do. That's dumb. I wish I would have thought about that. That's stupid. Okay. I gotta make this attach onto there. I gotta make this attach onto here somehow. I gotta glue that on there somehow. Because that's where my I just set it on there, of course, and that's why it's doing it. I get it now. That's silly. I wish I would have thought of that. How dumb. Because I'm not a plumber. It might not work. I might have to get another piece here. Okay. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry, hurry, we're gluing. We are gluing. I don't think this is going to work. But we'll see. See, it's already sliding. So I don't think it's going to work. Let's put it right there and see what that does. If it doesn't work, we'll just cut it off right here. I'll just cut it right there. And then I'll have to get some kind of other attachment for it. We'll figure something out. But I have a feeling if I glue the crap out of that, it might stay. Let it sit for a little bit, you know? That's hilarious to me. Well, I'm not a plumber. I mean, that's really what it is. Yeah, it's starting to harden up. I bet it's gonna work. That just might work. That just might work with all that glue on it. Let's let it harden up for a while though. Let's let it harden up and I'll get cleaned up here. Okay. This is what I ended up with. I drilled a hole on the floor of the van for the waste to go at the bottom. We have a shut-off valve here that I can close up like this. Close this up. There's my shut-off valve. So now goes from the pipe that goes underneath the van through 290s, has the threaded fittings to go in the bottom of the sink drain. That's just a regular sink drain like for your kitchen, mounted to a bucket. So this bucket will catch all the gray water out of my sink, which is here. This is my sink. I mounted another drain in the bottom of this tub. So this is just a regular tub that drains down into the sump here, which has a drain in it also. So we have a drain in here and a drain in here. So this will supply water to the sink like this. This will fill up. I have a plug here. I can plug this up if I want to, or I can unplug it and then drain down there. Same thing. Turn this off. Same thing down here. I can plug it up or unplug it. Same thing down there. And then when I want to flush the whole thing to dump it outside, I can use the shut-off valve down here and it'll dump it down underneath the van. And since it's just washing water, like for washing dishes or, you know, even brushing my teeth or something like that, but stuff like that can go right outside into a drain. And I've just got two buckets to raise up the water thing to get it up the right height. And that'll be temporary until I get the regular water system set up. I can still use the hole in the van. I'll still do that because there'll be cabinets here eventually. Eventually this is going to be probably sink or cooktop, I'm not sure. But it'll be cabinets from here all the way over to about right here. Right where it says bed there. But this way I can just take this off if I need to. Like this has got the lid on it right now. So this will drain right down into there. And that's how we'll do it. That'll keep me going until I can get the full water system set up. Well, that's the video of me making my bucket sink. I think it turned out pretty good. I use my bucket sink all the time now. I use it for all kinds of stuff. I use it for brushing my teeth and mostly just washing my dishes. But I use it for brushing my teeth is the big one. And dishes are a big one too. It's nice to have clean dishes. Makes it a lot easier. It's nice to be able to have a place if you spill something or whatever, you've got a sink. And then it's easy to dump. I can just pull up anywhere and dump it because it's just water. It's just, you know, washing water. It's just like rain, basically. So I wait and find an appropriate place to dump it, either in the grass somewhere or in the drain or on a rainy day or something like that. But works out pretty good. Anyway, I hope it helps somebody. Maybe somebody will make one of their own. I'll see you next video. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.